We talk it out, no time to waste. Ooh, yeah. Face to face, we set the pace. Hey, hey. Love so strong, no need to race. We hold it tight in every space, making it last. Oh, making it last. Yeah, yeah. Through the future, through the past. Building it high, keeping it fast. Communication, making it last. Making it last. Oh, making it last. Yeah, yeah. Through the future, through the past. Building it high, keeping it fast. Communication, making it last.
It's time for another conversation. Welcome to Making It Last podcast, where it's all about helping us to have better relationships, not just with ourselves, but with other people. And with me this time around is Barbara Stone. Well, she's a repeat guest, and I'm happy that she has taken the time to do this again. She's an author, TEDx speaker, and she transitioned from senior leadership to entrepreneurship. Tell us a little bit about that before I share what the topic is.
Great. Noreen, thanks for having me on again. So one of the things, I spent 25 years as a senior female leader in manufacturing, hitting my head against the wall. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to do something that was a little bit more fulfilling for myself and also helping other individuals. So I studied got my coaching certifications, and then I embarked on this journey of becoming a coach, speaker, a trainer, and then not too sure what else was out there, but I'm finding it.
Okay. Which is then a nice segue then. So it gives a context in terms of why you're competent to speak on this topic, the comparison trap, why it's stealing your joy and how to escape.
Well, Noreen, this goes back to when I had said I was a senior leader in manufacturing, and then I ended up creating this coaching business. I had to get clients, and people that I knew, and I sent this letter to, would end up going, Barb, what are you doing? This is not you. You know, I had become known in manufacturing, but I wanted to do something that was more fulfilling. So what happened was I stepped into unknown territory.
Okay.
And it was like, okay, how do I go about selling myself? And one of the first things I did after I quit my job was I joined some women's organizations.
Okay.
Women's Center, which supports women on their entrepreneur journey, and then I joined the WBOC, Women Business Opportunity Connection.
Okay.
And because I wanted to surround myself with people that were like-minded. But I want to tell you, the first time I quit my job at the end of 2018, and I went to my first WBOC meeting in February. And one of the things they did was they had a speaker, and they end up asking you, going around the room, asking you to say your name, your company, and what you do. Well, I got into that room late because I was like, it's you're going into something strange, people you don't know, and it's uncomfortable. So I got there late, and I'm sitting in the back of the room, and then they start going around the room, and these people are coming up, and by the time they got to me, there had to been at least a dozen coach consultants in the room. And I'm going, who am I to call myself a coach? You know, all this excellence here, and these people that have got years of experience. That was my first recognition of how different, but what it did was it made me work harder to be able to find out what was everybody doing. Because I recognized that there had been all these coaches, consultants, speakers in the room, trainers in the room. But what it did was I needed to find out more about what they did, and then understanding what their strengths were, what their weaknesses were, and that how could I lift my advantages. And trust me, Noreen, along the way, I screwed up so many times with sales calls and because I was thinking I wanted this thing so badly, and I was trying to work too hard at it, and instead of letting my authentic self come out. So that was where it started. So how did I overcome that? One of the things I did was I found people around me to support me. These couple of women's organizations, I found people that believed in me. I had a coach, and I still have a coach because I believe we need to have that guidance alongside of us to be able to help see what we're not seeing. But I think that what I needed to do was number one, I needed to align my values, really do an inventory of my values, because as I knew that value, I knew who I was, and I needed to stay in that space, because as soon as I went outside that space, I started feeling a little wonky, and I needed to stay focused on my values. I needed to align with that. The next thing that I did was really trying to define my purpose. Now, everybody needs to go through Simon Sinek and the why, getting to your why. It's not what you do, it's not how you do it, but it's why you're doing it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
because when you right, Noreen, when you stand in that why,
we talk it out, no time to waste. Face to face, we set the pace. Love so strong, no need to race.
Are you in some way subscribing or, guilty of really, that comparison trap? And is it stealing your joy? That's a conversation we're going to continue right after we take a break and get a word from our partners.
From logos to flyers, business cards to invitations, J Designs is your one-stop shop for all things design related. Fast, affordable, creative, and one of a kind? Follow us on Instagram at JDesigns. Email us at jdesigns.graphics@gmail.com or WhatsApp us at 876-280-2816. And let J Designs make your creative dreams come to life.
Hi everyone, Delmas Brown here, National Debating Champion 2017, also graduate of Northern Caribbean University, Governor General Awardee for Excellence 2018, and also international researcher, international debater, among other things. Now, the reason behind this video is to introduce you to the world's best communications coach who has made all of these kinds of accomplishments possible. Now, for 4 years, I had the opportunity, or privilege rather, to be coached by Noreen Daly, a communications speech specialist who has done a very phenomenal job at ensuring that I no longer use unnecessary filler vocabulary, and who has also taught me the essence of communicating.
Say a big thank you to our MC, Noreen Daly. She did a wonderful job, and I would recommend her. I would recommend that you have her at any event that you have coming up. So from the Bronx, thank you, Miss Daly. Thank you so much.
Let's continue the conversation.
We talk it out, no time to waste. Face to face, we set the pace. Hey, hey, love so strong, no need to race.
And you find that purpose that can really help lift your trajectory forward, you're going to be unstoppable. So I needed to align my values. I needed to align my purpose. And I knew that there were people that I could help. Because one of the things I found out in my coaches training, they teach you how to listen there are different levels of listening intently, and then asking powerful questions. I recognize that my whole leadership journey in manufacturing, I led as a coach because I had to get into so many different areas that I did not know anything. But what I was able to do was to bring people together and bring the best out of them and lead the organization to that purpose, to that goal, what we needed to accomplish. So I think that, you got your values, you know who your values are, really aligning to your purpose. Because if you know your purpose, your true north, that's gonna make you unstoppable. But I think the icing on the cake is that the other piece of it is, again, surrounding yourself with people that are going to support you. The thing that makes me unstoppable is my commitment. My commitment to being able to do the thing that I want to do. Because, I can start thinking about everything that's coming at me, but I'm going to be committed to the purpose of creating this business, of getting clients. I mean, I'll never forget one of the things that, as a senior leader, I mean, I was an executive vice president, CFO, but sometimes my presentation skills were not very good. And I didn't know how to engage audience. You had to learn it. And so one of the things that I have is a coach that would tell me, Barb, go before you know. Go before you know. And because you made that commitment to do something, you start finding the way to do it. And did I make mistakes? Yes.
That's how
But
you grow and learn.
you learn. You learn, you assess. And I ask these 4 questions: what worked? What didn't work? And when something doesn't work, you make it into a learning. So what did you learn? And what needs to change?
I'm gonna have you backtrack just a little bit though, because if you're saying it's a trap, why that particular word, since it is that sometimes people can quote unquote compare themselves with others and actually use it to motivate themselves. So why then would you say that it's a trap and it can actually steal your joy? Why?
Yes, because if you're not looking at your values, your purpose, your commitment, if you start looking at everybody around you, it becomes a trap. And then you get stuck in everybody else's judgment, what they're doing, and you cannot focus in on your commitment. I went away for we hadn't had a long vacation in a while, and in August into September, we went away for 2.5 weeks. And I was totally, when I say brain dead, I mean, for my business, I needed to chill out, just completely chill out. When I got back, I started looking at my phone, looking at social media, looking at everything, and I'm going like, oh, geez, Barb, you're way behind. you have lost that momentum. Oh my gosh, Barb, what are you going to do? And I could feel the jolt inside of me of the comparison.
Wow.
And I'm going like, whew. I mean, you have one of the things I want your listeners to know is this is going to happen, but you can make a conscious decision to get out of that trap, to get yourself back on track, to listen to what you need to do. It's going to happen. I wish I could say it's never going to happen to me
yeah.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Never. But it does. But when you recognize that unconscious thing that's happening inside of you, when you can go, oh my gosh, look at this thing. Okay. I mean, and I say like, throw it out. It takes work.
Yeah, it does.
It just doesn't, like, you can't ignore it, but you have to face it and you have to grip hold of it and saying, okay, it's not serving me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in alignment. I need to fulfill my values, my purpose, my commitment. Just because they're doing that and
Mm-hmm.
they're doing that and I'm doing this, and you think they're
Yeah.
getting all these results. You
Yep.
don't know.
Yep.
You don't know.
Yeah.
That's like, please, listeners, if you haven't done so, please listen to my TEDx talk, because you can find me on YouTube, Barb Stone, TEDx, Clinton Schools, because I ended up having to live my life
Mm-hmm.
with like a mask on, literally. Like I needed to be somebody else that was not me.
Mm.
And initially, I wanted to call my looking good. I wanted to call it "Looking Good and Getting It Right is Killing Our Souls," because it was killing me.
What's the title of the TED Talk? Because I'm going to make sure that I find that and the link is so it makes it
Okay,
easier for our
it's
viewers to see it.
look for Barb Stone, TEDx, Clinton Schools, and it's called Perfection. They changed it to Perfection is Overrated.
Okay. Okay.
And because, when we get into this comparison trap,
Mm-hmm.
we are put on a mask. We become somebody else that we're not. And that's why you have to think about becoming your most authentic self and facing what's really going on. And that's why if you know your values, you know your purpose, and you can commit to that, you're going to stand it. And yes,
Mm-hmm.
all these different arrows will come at you. But again, making that unconscious thing come to life and recognizing it
Yeah.
and saying, okay, it's not serving me.
Mm.
I don't have to do it that way. But also wanting the listeners to think about defining what's going on. What are your advantages?
Yeah. Yeah. What's
And
your why?
what's going to differentiate you from your competitors?
Mm-hmm.
That is where you will find your authenticity and find your values and find your purpose, and then develop that commitment.
That's an excellent note to end on. Thank you so much for sharing, Barb.
Thank you, Noreen. Have a great, wonderful day.
This was Making It Last podcast, where it's all about helping us to have better relationships, not just with ourselves, but with other people. I'm Noreen Daly. Until next time.
We talk it out, no time to waste. Ooh, yeah. Face to face, we set the pace. Hey, hey. Love so strong, no need to race. We hold it tight in every space, making it last. Oh, making it last. Yeah, yeah. Through the future, through the past, building it high, keep it keeping it fast. Communication, making it last. Making it last. Oh, making it last. Yeah, yeah. Through the future, through the past. Building it high, keeping it fast. Communication, making it last.